Alright, this is a video for 3VT about exercise 24 from chapter 6. Yesterday you learned something new about a new word, the tangent. And if you go to this page, you can read a bit about it. What I explained was how to calculate an angle and how to calculate a side. Now, this question is about calculating an angle. And the questions from the next lesson are about calculating a side, so then I'll just discuss that again. Here it says, so we see this figure, and we need to calculate angle B, so we have to calculate what that angle is, and we need to calculate angle C. Now what you learned yesterday was that if the tangent of an angle is the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. Earlier we used the words vertical and horizontal, but because a triangle can be upside down or in any way, we now use the words opposite and adjacent. And what that means is, if I want to calculate angle C, then this side is the opposite side because it's on the other side of the triangle. But if you want to calculate angle B, then this is the opposite side. And the longest one is always called the hypotenuse, so that's neither the opposite side or the adjacent side. And if I want to calculate angle B, then I'm going to write down, I need to do the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. So I need to do 5.3 divided by 4.1. If you want to calculate an angle, you always use tan minus 1. So that means that on your calculator, you first have to press the blue shift button or second button, and then you have to press the tangent button. And then it says tangent minus 1. And then in brackets you do 5.3 divided by 4.1 because it's opposite divided by adjacent. If you wanted to calculate angle C, you would do 4.1 divided by 5.3, or the other way around. If you calculate this, now let me check in the answer book because I can't do this out of my head. Angle B is 52.3 degrees. You can just use your calculator for that. And then we also want to know what angle C is. Now there are two ways to calculate angle C. You can do the same thing, but then with these numbers the other way around, so 4.1 divided by 5.3, and there you have the answer. But you can also say that the three angles together are always 180 degrees. So we're going to subtract the 90 degrees, and we're going to subtract the 52.3 degrees. And then you also have the answer, which is 37.7 degrees. Now one thing that you should notice is that there's a 90 degree angle here. And the tangent only works if there's a 90 degree angle there. Same as with the Pythagorean theorem, there must be a 90 degree angle. Otherwise you can't do anything. So this was exercise A. Then we're going to go to exercise B, which is about this shape. And this is a more complicated shape over here. You want to calculate angle R12. So those two angles together. This exercise is also not very difficult because we can calculate this angle and we can calculate that angle and then we can just add them. If I want to calculate angle R1, we take a look at this triangle over here. The opposite side of angle R1 is 1.4 and the adjacent side is 4.1. So to calculate angle R1, we do tan minus 1 and then 1.4 divided by 4.1. And then we have the answer. If we check what it is, angle R1 is 18.85 degrees. And if you want to calculate angle R2, we do tangent minus 1, and then we do this one divided by that one. And then angle R2 is 52.79. Now angles, you always have to round them off to one decimal place. But in this case, I leave an extra decimal place here because the question says calculate angle R12, so together. So that means that in this step, I should not round off, but when you add them, so in your final answer, then you should round it off to one decimal place. So when you add these, so this is angle R1 plus angle R2, and then when you round it off, you get 71.6 degrees, and that is the answer. So I hope this is clear to everyone. If you have a question about one of the other exercises, then please let me know and I'll make a different video for you. Thank you for watching.